Lionel Messi is now on the verge of breaking another insane record. Welcome back to the G-Ret Show. I'm G-Ret. Let's kick this off and get right into it. Lionel Messi breaking records. Erling Haaland. Let's get it. We are getting closer to the 2023 Ballon d'Or, Monday, October 30th, 2023, and it is getting extremely exciting. The race for the Ballon d'Or. Vinicius, great season. Mbappe had a pretty good season. De Bruyne, a great season. But it's really coming down to Erling Haaland and Lionel Messi. The most recent statistic had Messi leading the polls with an 83% chance of winning the Ballon d'Or. Now, to be honest, I don't know how that was calculated. All I know is that's what I saw. That's what I read. When we look at both players' seasons, both individually were incredible. Haaland as a team, they had more success winning the treble. Messi, club-wise, they won League One. Yes, that's not as big as winning the treble, winning the Champions League, the Premier League, and the FA Cup. But what a lot of people fail to look at when it's the Ballon d'Or is how great of a footballer you are overall, what you did to support your team, how you did in big matches. And when we compare footballers, Messi clears and it's not even close. Now, if they want to look at accolades and how well teams did in the club level, yes, Manchester City and Erling Haaland, they're going to take the cake. But let's look at what Erling Haaland did with Manchester City in all of these big games. There were 5 finals that he played in with Manchester City. He failed to score in them. In fact, he barely was existent in those games, in those matches. Now, Lionel Messi, on the other hand, yes, the final that he was in was the World Cup. But what did he do? He helped win the World Cup. He scored 2 goals in the World Cup. He also won almost man of the match every single match. He is the reason they won the World Cup. And I hate to say it, but a team can win the treble every single year. You can't win the World Cup every single year. It's every 4 years. It's the biggest trophy in all of sports. And Lionel Messi is the reason they won. Now, Haaland individually, goal-wise, had a better record. If we try to compare both of their stats, let's look. Erling Haaland, 53 goals, 9 assists. His team awards, well, they won the Champions League, the Premier League, the FA Cup. The individual awards, the Golden Boot in the Prem, the top scorer in the Champions League, Premier League Player of the Season, Premier League Young Player of the Season, and then Man City's Player of the Season. I don't know if that really matters as much. But then if we look at Lionel Messi, 38 goals, 25 assists, team awards, World Cup and League One, individual awards, FIFA's best player in the world, FIFA World Cup Golden Ball, FIFA World Cup Final Man of the Match, and then the World Sportsman of the Year. So both had a couple individual awards. What I'm going to say in defense of Messi is poor as PSG was, mostly the second half of the year, so all of 2023, as poor as they were in the Champions League. If you watched PSG, he was the best player on the field in every single match. Basically every single match, he was controlling the game. PSG, their attack built through Messi. He was the playmaker. He was completing great passes. He was dribbling players. He was still scoring. He was the reason PSG won League One. Now, Erling Haaland scoring that many goals and scoring 35 goals in your first season in the Prem, it's extremely impressive. But it's not always about the goals. If Erling Haaland was not on Manchester City and a different striker was on Manchester City, you could argue that Manchester City would still have won the treble. Because in what matches, big matches, was Erling Haaland really stepping up and being that much of a factor in these big matches? In the FA Cup final, he did absolutely nothing. In the Champions League final, he did absolutely nothing against Inter Milan. In the semifinals against Real Madrid, both legs, he did absolutely nothing. He missed a PK against Bayern Munich. He did score 1 goal. He did score 5 goals in the one match, but I just don't think as a whole all-in-out player, he's not the best footballer in the world. And as much as it's impressive what he did individually and what he helped City do, I just can't say he was the best footballer in the world. Because when Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi won the Ballon d'Or and they were scoring all these goals, they were still incredible footballers. Haaland is not an incredible footballer. Kylian Mbappe is an incredible footballer and is better than Erling Haaland. Erling Haaland just happened to be on a fantastic overall team that helped carry them and him to win a treble and make him look better. Because Harry Kane scored 30 goals this season with Tottenham, a very average Tottenham team, but gets no recognition. And the only help that he got was from Son. So switch those two players. Haaland goes to Tottenham. He doesn't score 30 goals. There's not a chance. But Harry Kane might score 30 goals. He might score 40 goals. That's really unrealistic, but he could score 35 goals like Haaland did on that City team. A lot of great strikers could. I don't think Haaland is the best player in the world. I don't think he deserves a Ballon d'Or. I think Messi deserves a Ballon d'Or, and it's not even being biased. Lionel Messi is still the best footballer for that season, was the overall best footballer in the world, and he won the World Cup. And he had incredible goals and assist ratios. You can't argue about that. You take Messi off Argentina, they don't win the World Cup. They might not even make it out of the group stage. You take Messi off PSG, they probably don't win League One. You take Erling Haaland off of Manchester City, they probably could still win the treble. I know it sounds like I'm hating on Erling Haaland. I'm really not. I really enjoy watching Erling Haaland play, and I enjoy the goals that he scores. And I think he is a great goal scorer, but I do think that's all he ever will be. And maybe he deserves a Ballon d'Or one day. I don't think he deserves this one. It's close and it's impressive. But let me know what you guys think down below. Who's winning the 2023 Ballon d'Or? Is it Lionel Messi? Is he getting his 8th Ballon d'Or? Or is it Erling Haaland? Is he getting his first Ballon d'Or ever? Let me know what you guys think down below, and we'll see you guys back here next time on the G Red Show.